Namaste, my brothers and sisters. I am your brother, Thanet the Light, that is. And we are love. And today there's something on my heart that I want to speak out on. Because I'm just following my intuition on what to say, really. I just wake up and choose the topic. And today, I just want to show you the solutions to loneliness, because in the past I experienced loneliness a lot, really, because for whatever reason we'll get to. And my purpose as the light, as a door shower, this message really goes to my old self, the addicts, the love seekers, the quiet dreamers, the heartbroken, and just people who suffer deeply. And I know what would I tell my old self, And my old self suffered a lot. I was just lost, lonely. I was lonely quite since my childhood because I came from Thailand. But today we talk about the solutions to loneliness. Because so let's just jump right in. Most people feel lonely because we've accepted the societal norm of loneliness, that romantic love, like if you don't have Hollywood fucking love, if you don't have Hollywood like the Notebook love, that we're seeking that love that's outside of us, that is almost hard to achieve. That level of Hollywood love happens on its own. But why do you feel loneliness, right? You have to question, why do I feel lonely? Because when we watch a lot of times, for me in the past, I thought that I was lonely until I found somebody. I was lonely till I found a soulmate. I was lonely till I found a girlfriend. And even when I was in relationships, I was clingy because I wasn't enough. I need that person to fill me up, or else I would get lonely. And so a lot of people go into relationships feeling that clinginess or not enoughness, or I'm not good enough, because they are not good enough to themselves. And the truth is, we all experience this. And so that's why a lot of us go on dating sites. I did too. Dating sites and going to bars or trying, and dress to impress. And even the people who are in relationships feel lonely and unfulfilling sometimes. Needy of each other. Always having to be on the phone with each other. Always having to be on Skype, Facebook chat. Which is fine, by the way. All of this is fine. But deep down, they don't like being alone. So the solutions, right? The solutions to getting over loneliness is to first accept that shit, I do feel lonely. I do feel lonely because I'm looking for a mate, a male-female mate to help make me feel less lonely, so that I don't have to face my self-loneliness, that I am not enough. That's the deeper issue. A lot of people don't feel like they are enough. I didn't know that I was enough too. So I sought things, I was getting into everything so that I don't have to face myself. I was looking for girls, looking for things to fit in. which is again a societal norm. And if the societal norm is to embrace that we are not enough, we will buy more, we will purchase more, we will invest more in things we don't need because we are not enough. I found a way to love myself. All the loneliness that we're experiencing is just for us to really love ourselves. For us to realize we are enough. And it's hard for people to accept that they are enough because we've been programmed by Hollywood and by everything around us, Valentine's Day and dates and the culture of relationships, to say that the highest level of love is to find romantic love. And if you don't have that romantic love, if you're not married, you're not fulfilled yet. You're not enough yet until you get married. And so a lot of people search all their life for that one person outside of them. And so they end up dating 12, 15, 20, 30 guys, not realizing that they need to love themselves first. And they didn't, and for some people, they just can't be alone. I'm talking about girls and guys. That they just can't be alone. They gotta be with a friend. They gotta be with a guy friend that whenever they're alone, they have to face themselves, and that's fucking scary for a lot of people. And that's the reality out there. We just don't want to face our shit. And so that loneliness time scares the fuck out of us. And even when we're alone, it's weird when we have time to face ourselves. So what do? We numb it by being on our phone, by being entertained. But we can be our own friend. We can love ourselves that deep. We can love ourselves like our soulmate loves us. We can love ourselves like our best friend loves us, like our mother loves us. And to the people who say they can't, that's a choice that we can make. We have free will. Everything really starts with self-love. We can't attract that soulmate unless we love ourselves that much too. We generate so much self-love that we attract somebody that beautiful. And whenever we don't love ourselves deeply, we attract other people who don't love themselves that deeply too, and we all know what that's like. And the beautiful thing is we can let go of the concept of loneliness. That we can just throw it out the window. Fuck it. Loneliness isn't a thing because I always have myself. Because I love myself so much that I love to keep myself company. And for some people, they'll be like, shoot, so that means you're just alone. But the truth is, you're really not. It's what you choose to see and hear. You can either surround yourself with a bunch of people who don't add value to your life, or who add little value, or just a bunch of acquaintances in your life, or start loving yourself deeply, more than any acquaintance can give you, or just friends. The solution to loneliness is to learn to love ourselves. And that's a deep thing to do. The solution to loneliness is to learn to love yourself. Stop needing the alcohol. Stop needing the weed, the cocaine, the drugs, the LSD, the mushrooms, the plant, whatever it is. Stop needing the outside thing. We're not saying ditch it all out, but you are enough. Whenever you're not enough, what happens? You have to seek more, you have to consume more, you have to get more. But when you're enough, you wake up and everything else you do just enhances you because you decided you were enough. You decided, you know what? I'm tired of being lonely. What can I do to love myself more? What can I do to unlonely myself? What can I do to sustain self-love? And I know that it's gonna take effort. It's gonna take effort to love ourselves more. But it's worth it. It's worth it to wake up and breathe and realize that we are enough just the way we are right now. It's worth it to wake up and realize that we don't have to be lonely anymore. It's worth it to wake up and just feel good about ourselves. And to know that you are the light, that we are the light, that we are what we're looking for, that we can heal ourselves, that we don't have to chase relationships. We just have to start loving ourselves, and those beautiful, fulfilling relationships will unfold naturally. So peace and blessings, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.